Hand-on,
theoretical learning.
hand-on education, something like that.
Yes. So, this policy has come to transform Indian education completely. Okay. Before understanding what is NEP, what is one thing you all would like to change about your school days? What is one thing you want to change if you have to change something about your school days? What would it be?
Rote learning.
More of experiments in science, especially.
So we all have gone through that phase where it was only and only rote learning.
Rote learning.
Yes. And it is actually, this framework has been introduced after 34 years. So imagine 34 years, there was no change in the education policy.
But ma'am, rote learning still exists.
Still exists because still NEP is not that much implemented.
In all the schools.
People don't know much about it. It has been, introduced in 2020, but yet it's not been implemented completely.
Ma'am, maybe one of the reason is like they say that education first 5 years should be in mother tongue.
Yes. So what the main aim is to make the education more flexible and multidisciplinary and skill driven. Now this policy has been introduced where they are giving more practical based learning, skill based learning, and multidisciplinary. Now after 10th, the children have many options.
Vocational also.
The way we were having, the options we used to have were very less options we used to have. Now the children, they have a lot of options. And the main, the main purpose is to shift the education from rote learning to real learning. That's the main focus. Okay. So the first thing which is there, which has been changed, is the school structure. It's now not 10 plus 2, but it is 5. What is that 5? Now it's all included in the foundational year. We call it foundational year. So foundational years is from preschool to class 2. You don't need to write, I'll share the notes. So preschool to class 2 is your foundational. Okay. Then class 3 to 5 is the preparatory. Then class 6 to 8 is the middle. And then class 9 to 12 is secondary. So 5 plus 3 plus 3, 5 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4. So foundational 5 years, preparatory 3 years, middle 3 years, and secondary 3 years, 4 years.
4 years.
9, 10, 11, 12 will be secondary. Okay. And focus is on play in early years. So for early years, the focus is on play. What I was saying in all the last sessions, let the children play first, let the children have fun first. So it's all, the main focus is on play. Okay. Then comes foundational literacy and numeracy. So by class 3, every child must be able to read and understand basic numeracy. Okay. There was a mission also being launched, Nipun Bharat, where they want at least by class 3, the child should be able to read and understand the basic numeracy. Okay. Then, as one of you have said just now it is multilingualism, which means 3 language formula. Apart from English and Hindi, till grade 5, mother language should also be there. Okay. And from grade 6, Vocational education. Vocational, what do you understand by vocational?
Like skills, some sort
Skill
of skills.
based. From
Skill.
grade 6, it has to be skill based, whether it is carpentry, gardening, coding. Okay. And it also emphasizes in the early years, especially bagless. Students should not carry bags in the initial years. So they are also focusing on bagless days. At least few days should be there where they don't carry their heavy bags. Okay. But they experience real world skills during the school hours. Okay. So do you think this all should have been there when you were in school?
Yes.
And what do you think? How it would have changed or how would it would have benefited you?
More clarity, ma'am,
Yes.
in education. We hardly remember what we have learned.
What we have learned
Exactly.
actually.
What we have learned is not being
Now
used by us.
teaching others, we are coming to know, अरे ये भी था, अरे वो भी था करके.
Exactly.
Exactly.
And there was a huge, demarcation. A science student means,
Science.
science. But now there's no hard separation. A science student is also taking music.
Yeah.
So that multidisciplinary education has come. So see, in those days, even if the child is having a passion for music, but because he is scoring 100 on 100, the parent will say, go for IIT and leave music. But here, the child can pursue both. Now, because of the options they can take in their 11th, they can pursue their passion as well. Also, one more thing has come. If you all know about CUET, what is that? CUET. We'll not talk much about senior classes. Little only I'm informing you. We'll basically work on the early education. But what is CUET? Any idea? That is common entrance exams. Now, after 12th, they can appear for CUET, which is a common entrance exam. And through that, the children can get admission in the colleges according to the merits they get. So that is NTA, National Testing Agency. And now there is much more focus on research and innovation. And for that, NRF is launched, National Research Foundation. National Research Foundation. Okay. Now we will talk, as I told you, we will talk more about early childhood care and education, which is for children from 3 to 8 years. So completely, it has to be play-based and discovery-based. Okay. And the books should also be from NCERT, which is going to develop National Curriculum Framework. Okay. So this curriculum will make sure that there is no more pressurizing young kids with heavy textbooks and homeworks. Okay. Instead of that, there should be focus on the child to be encouraged to learn through songs, dances, storytelling, plays. Okay. So if you have to teach a 5-year-old addition without a textbook, how would you do that?
Fingers.
If you
Pebbles.
yes, what all you can do to teach addition?
We
I've
can
asked them to count
pebbles,
objects
object
around.
Yes. So it should be actually first, that's called CPA approach, concrete, pictorial, and abstract. The child should first have concrete. That means he should touch the objects, he can feel the objects. If he has to learn addition, he should touch 4 objects and 2 objects to make 6. So first should be concrete. Then should be
Picture.
pictures. Okay. So pictures will be 4 apples and 2 oranges, 6 fruits. And then abstract, that means number 4 plus 2 is equal to 6. So it always should be in math concrete, pictorial, and then abstracts. That's called CPA approach. Okay. Other changes which has come is in the assessment. Now, exams has to be conducted in such a way that they test the concept. Yesterday, I gave you those worksheets. So you cannot give a 0. You have to test the concept, the skill, and the application. So the child has applied his knowledge of consonant sound. So you cannot make it 0. Okay. Then there is self-assessment, there is peer assessment, and then there's a teacher assessment. Okay. Also, if you all know, board exams will also happen twice a year. From this year, they have started, although this was there since 2020. So board exams also will happen twice a year. Okay. What is critical thinking? What is critical thinking?
Thinking differently.
Yes.
Thinking differently.
Yes. Thinking differently. So, everyone has his or her own perspective. Okay. The way of thinking, you cannot say, like, from your angle, it could be 6, and from my angle, it could be 9. So
9.
critical, yeah. Then problem solving. What is problem solving? Giving them real life examples, including real life examples in studies so that they understand problem solving, life skills, and global citizenship. What you are teaching here in India should be globally seen. Being more flexible and more creative. Okay. So tell me, if you have to assess a child's understanding about, for example, say plants, how would you assess the child about his understanding of plants? What creative method you can use instead of written test?
Can bring a real plant, or maybe a small potted plant, and we can ask the children what pointing like leaf, what is the part of this plant, pointing to the stem, asking question.
Yes, you can make it a fun game. You can have the plant, you can have the labels. The child has to run, pick up the label, and put it there. That's an assessment. If he's putting stem near the stem, leaf. Okay, so there's no written assessment, but through this, you can easily evaluate, and this would be right evaluation actually. And it will be in a form of game. Yeah. If we talk about teachers' role and professional development, then NEP says that teachers are the heart of education. Everything depends on the teacher. Yeah. Do you agree?
Yes.
Yes. So they say that there should be continuous professional development of teachers also.
Also, yes.
Yeah, they need to be updated, they need to be trained. So now in all the schools, most of the CBSE schools or even all the private schools, they have to give at least 15 hours of training. Not 15, sorry, 150 hours of training, because it's not just one subject. So that's now compulsorily every year they have to get their teachers trained. So NEP focuses on continuous professional development. Also, the tests, the exams which has to be taken before the teachers before they appoint any teacher. So there's a test, TET, teacher eligibility test, and of course, B.Ed is compulsory. Okay. Because teachers are now no longer just content deliver, they are mentors, they are coaches, and they are motivators. Agree? Yeah. Also, NEP says that every child is different. Every child has a talent. And as a teacher, our role is to recognize and nurture that talent. Yeah. Share something. Okay, now I want you all to divide yourself in teams. So Vritti, Poonam, and Mary can be in one team. Ghazala, Alpa. Okay, there are 4 people. It's okay. Alpa, Hussaina, and Manisha can be in one team. Okay. I'm going to share some questions, multiple choice questions, and let's see which team does it fast. And most of the questions we have discussed, but still there can be some questions. So you can always Google or use ChatGPT for the answers. Yeah.
कोई नहीं मैं रहा था
So each team has to send answers. So the team which will send the answers first will win.
Stena, I think so. We are there on the group.
If you already have one group, then you can go as per that group. If you
Yeah,
already
one
have
group is there, ma'am,
then,
in which
but then we both are there, but
3 members.
Ma is not here. So
Hmm.
I'll remove her and I will add Miss Alpa.
Yes.
And who else is there? Mani.
So please share your numbers. Those who are not added, please share your numbers on the chat so that they can add you.
I'll add you. Hmm. Wait, I'm adding. Done. Okay, I have added you both.
Yes.
Miss Manisha, you need to. I have sent you an invite link. You have to add yourself.
I think Miss Alpa is in our group. Everything.
Don't give the answers directly in the group. First, find out all the answers, then together I want.
You're writing the answers on the group, not on our team group.
Where are the questions?
In the trainer course.
I have also shared notes for reference.